Congratulations, Doctor. I must admit I was at first dubious about your claims to produce man-made earthquakes, but as we have witnessed, you were as good as your word.
Better, General. However, coming from you, that is high praise indeed.
Don't get too carried away with yourself, Doctor. Arrogance can be very unflattering.
It's not arrogance, General. It's brilliance. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have your new secret weapon to add to your little war chest. Lovely item, untraceable. All hit and run with absolutely no witnesses. What the devil was that?
I don't understand, Doctor. The magma pulse modulator should have shut down by now, but it hasn't. It's in a low-grade retrofire.
Doctor, is there a problem?
Yes, General, there is. I have in my employ a first-class twit with a second-class education who can't seem to walk in a straight line without falling over the furniture. So if you'll excuse me, I need to remedy the situation. Get out of my way. Damn it.
What is it? This is not a natural movement of the Earth. There is something forcing it to move. Swamp is my world. It is who I am. It is what I am. I was once a man. I know the evil men do. Do not bring your evil here. I warn you. Beware the wrath of Swamp Thing. The air is sour down here. It smells ugly.
Move it! What was that last shockwave about, Sienna? I'm talking to you!
You ever touch me again like that and I'll cut your heart out. Now, we are in the middle of refueling the magma pulse modulator with protoporphyric acid. It is, as you are well aware, unstable at best, and I have got exactly 26 seconds to complete the process before the acid neutralizes. Now, without a full charge, we can't even make a seismic hiccup.
I apologize, madam. I stand rebuked.
Well, don't stand rebuked. Stand about 3 feet to the left and hand me the infrared beta driver.
I really don't think you need that. If you're trying to access the modulator, perhaps you'd like to try this.
The dark particle spectrum key. You're quite right. Much more efficient.
I admire the way you handle my machine. It's a thing of beauty.
You didn't hire me or my staff for our collective beauty, Doctor. We are engineers, not concubines.
Let's go, Will. There's money to be spent and bargains to be had. Come on, we'll get down to Bowman. Get yourself a new truck. Well, they're not gonna hold that thing all day. It's the special of the week.
Well, you listen to me. Doc hasn't been too successful with bargains.
Tressa, what are you talking about? I've gotten you a lot of good deals.
Oh, right. You're great with deals. Like that previously owned washing machine you found for me. Did half a load before breaking down. I've had to take my wash to the laundromat ever since.
Don't worry, Tressa. Doc knows trucks like I know dishwater.
I missed them. I packed him a snack.
Oh, Abigail, they'll only be gone overnight. I think they'll manage.
Hey, did you feel that?
Feel what?
I felt like the porch was shaking.
Nope. Well, I'm gonna go down and pull out some of those rotten timbers that are shifting down on my dock. See you later.
What kind of insanity have you constructed this time, Arcane? The man is playing with the core of the Earth. It shouldn't be this heavy. Of course. I've had no sunlight. I'm weakening. I can't last much longer. I must get sunlight.
You know, Graham, Sienna's idea to have female engineers in the magma pulse modulating chamber is nothing short of brilliance. They're reacting very well to the underground. And they have such a gentle touch.
Am I here to help build a machine to shake the earth or a damn hot plate to warm your muffins?
How dare you come into here and speak to the doctor like that?
Oh, do shut up, Graham. Do come in. Would you care for a bite?
No, thank you. I would rather have full power transferred to the pulse modulator. Otherwise, there's no point in having it refueled with a protopherenic acid.
We can't risk that. Full power with a full load of acid would burn the modulator out.
Not if the adjustments are correct. Short bursts of power into the acid is what gives shockwaves. Shockwaves give earthquakes. Nice call, Sienna. Implement her instructions, Graham, now.
See, I told you, it's too much power.
There is nothing that comes from Arcane that cannot handle full power. Nothing.
Nice buns. What are you looking at?
Should have made your demolition, not Dickens. Oh man, this is taking a lot longer than I thought. Oh, what's happening?
Shockwaves!
Abigail! Abigail, help me!
Good night, my darling. Sleep tight. Thank you so much for coming.
Ooh, oysters.
You know, the most delicious oyster I think I ever had was brought to me from the shores of Hokkaido. A young Japanese pearl diver plucked it from the ocean depths. She fed it to me with her oyster knife. The edge of the shell was jagged and cut my lips slightly. My blood mixed with the sweet brine, so the ensuing flavor of the meat had the taste of victory.
That's very interesting. Arcane, we have work to do. That last tremor bothers me. It should not have occurred.
By all means.
Salon Masil. Very rare vintage.
I appropriated it from a French chateau. The owner had mysteriously died. It's the only bottle left in the world.
Is there anything you have ever wanted that you have not appropriated?
No.
Then what is the challenge, Arcane?
Petrus de la Sierra. To soften the steel.
And in this case, am I the steel?
Carbide. Unbendable.
Détrempé de l'acier.
I beg your pardon.
You're French. Slightly flawed. I've corrected it.
Thank you. But I'm no schoolboy. And I don't need your French lessons.
Now, Tressa, come on, can you get your leg out? Ah! Tressa, I'm trying, I can't. I'm wedged under this beam. I'm not strong enough to pry this thing up.
Oh, the water's higher up again.
It's just your imagination, Tressa. Now, come on, you've got to pull.
Oh, God. Ah, no.
Tressa, you know, if I could drive, I'd take your car and get help.
Oh, it's okay, Abigail. By the time you go to town and back, I could be...
Now, stop it, okay? I don't want to hear you talk like that. Come on, Tressa.
Have you tried the phones again?
Yes, and they're still out. And so's the electricity, and I didn't get to hear the end of the news bulletin.
What did you hear? What'd you hear on the news?
Well, Tressa, it's just... They're letting the water out of the reservoir until they feel that the dam is safe.
Oh, God. I shouldn't have asked.
That's it. Of course. The shockwaves had a smell that I recognized. I know what it is now. Arcane is using protoporphyric acid to create the shockwaves. That's why he brought his device down here. Not to be near the center of the Earth, but to hide it.
Very clever, Arcane. There's more than one way. It'll just take longer. You'd be proud of the explosion, Arcane. Your survivors will curse you for years. If there are any.
What are you doing there?
How dare you question me? Show me your ID.
My orders are that no one is allowed into the MPM controls but Dr. Arcane.
Well, of course. But I'm here on explicit orders from Dr. Arcane. You see, the doctor's DPS key. Now, why would I have it if the doctor hadn't given it to me?
You may have a point there. But I'm still going to have to report this before I can allow you to continue.
I'll make the report for you.
I tried, Tressa. I really tried. I can't get you loose. No, don't. I won't let you drown.
I'm down to my last chance. Right next to the last breath. It has to work. The first time.
Arcane, darling. Let's make the Earth move again.
I suppose you mean the magma pulse modulator.
Sure you do. In fact, in 11 minutes, your whole complex will move.
Ooh.
Dr. Woodrow paid me $1 million for your heart, my darling.
Woodrow's a hack and a fraud. For him to even think of himself as a rival is an insult.
Maybe, but his checks don't bounce. And he's paid me $2 million to destroy the magma pulse modulator.
Well, that's outrageous. He's paying you more money for my machine than my heart.
Oh, he wants you dead. But to destroy your reputation is worth much, much more.
You're going to have to work very hard for your money, my darling. You see, when you came through my elevator doors, my metal detector told me about your little surprise.
The combination of the light and oxygen should put an end to this machine.
Baby, you shuck a good oyster.
The best oyster to shuck.
How can that be? The MPM is losing acid. It won't blow if it loses anymore. I rigged it that way. It's impossible. The acid is disintegrating.
No, wait.
Sienna, what are you doing? It's too late. It's too dangerous now.
You forget I built this machine. I know its strengths.
I designed it. I know its weaknesses. I mean it. We get out now. This acid's unstable. The fumes can kill you.
Don't bluff a bluffer, my darling.
Sienna!
There was a jolt below. It shook me loose.
You're okay. You're okay. You're gonna be safe now, Tressa. You're okay.
Why?
It's only business.
You really cut my heart out. Don't you ever knock. Suppose I have you to thank for all of this.
Poetic justice, Arcane. To be precise, it was sunlight. The very thing that gives me life destroyed your precious protoporphyric acid. That's why you built it down here, isn't it?
Now build it again.
With what? The acid you use takes years to synthesize. You'll be a very old man before you feel the ground move beneath your feet again.
Get out! Leave me alone. General, I can't spend all day trying to explain it to you. Your protege Woodrow was responsible.
I find that hard to believe. What would he possibly have to gain?
This very conversation, General. Woodrow is trying to destroy your trust in my genius. This from a man who possesses the brain of a perambulator. Now, if you'll excuse me, General, I have a guest to whom I have been very rude. Good day to you, sir. Idiot. My darling Titania. You understand, don't you? Well, I knew she was a spy right from the moment I set eyes on her that I saw her. But you needn't concern yourself about that little tart. She could never replace you, my darling. My sweetheart. You still have my heart. Just barely.
This pond gives me life, but it's the sunlight that gives me the energy to live.